This is the Viking 1, the first American ship to successfully land on Mars. It launched on August 20th, 1975, made the 249 million mile journey, and landed on June 20th, 1976. This is a hydrothermal vent. They are formed in volcanically active areas where tectonic plates rub against each other and spread apart. The magma seeping through these cracks heats the water, not boiling it, but turning it into a mineral-rich underwater hot spring. The water here can get to over 700 degrees Fahrenheit, and when it combines with the cold surrounding water, it forms the cloud-like substance that you see rising away from them. Hydrothermal vents are extremely important. They help regulate ocean chemistry and deliver important minerals to the ocean floor. There are whole ecosystems living on hydrothermal vents, and some of the creatures that live there might include deep-sea Pompeii worms, eel poutfish, vent crabs, giant tube worms, squat lobsters, vent barnacles, hydrothermal vent octopuses, scale worms, and hydrothermal vent clams. And here's a hydrothermal vent plushie to show you how awesome they are. Hydrothermal vents and the ecosystems that live on them were discovered in 1977, a whole year after the US first landed on Mars. This would make it seem like the ocean isn't very important. We landed on a planet millions of miles away before we discovered whole ecosystems living just a few miles below our feet. This leads to the question, why explore the ocean? To answer this, I'm going to need to split things up a little bit. Did you know that over 94% of Earth's life is aquatic? So what can be found in the ocean? I'm sure you all know about coral reefs, the colorful, fun underwater gardens that are swimming with tiny fish. But I'm going to give you a little more insight on what coral reefs are and how they work. Coral is in fact an animal. It is made up of tiny organisms called polyps. Polyps will attach themselves to a limestone base and then bud to produce coral colonies. And these colonies will join with other colonies to create coral reefs. These colonies can take millions of years to form. Even though coral looks fun and colorful, it is actually translucent. It appears bright and colorful because of the tiny algae that live on it. Even though coral only takes up about 1% of our Earth's oceans, it is home to about 25% of all marine organisms. So, enough of coral reefs and tiny colorful fish. Now we're going to talk about some of the more deep, dangerous parts of the ocean. This is a diagram of the ocean layers, and we're going to talk about this zone right here, the abyssal zone. It is located about 2,000 to 6,000 meters below sea level, and there's almost no light. Because of the fact that there's almost no light and almost no oxygen, very few creatures could live here, and this is something that you might see. There are no plants down here, and very few creatures can survive. This, combined with the fact that it's almost untouched by humans, makes it so amazing. So now you know a little bit about ocean environments, but what kind of creatures live in the ocean? I'm going to start by talking a little bit about these majestic creatures. There are about 86 different species of whale. They range in size from 50 feet long and weighing 43 tons to less than 3 meters. Whales can be very social. Female humpback whales have been known to have BFFs that they meet up with each year to socialize with. Whales can also be smart. Beluga whales, my favorite animal, have been known to be able to respond and dance to music, as well as mimic human voices. Everybody thinks that sharks are scary and mean, but really, they're quite fascinating. Thank you, factslides.com, for reminding us that compared to people, sharks are angels. For sharks, everybody thinks that they're so scary, but we're the ones that we really need to worry about. There are about 440 different species of shark, and one, the Greenland shark, can live to be about 200 years old. But don't worry, most sharks only live to be 20 to 30 years in the wild. So if you're still scared that you are going to die at the hands or fins of a shark, remember that you are more likely to be killed by beds, wind, falling coconut, cows, and high school football. Everybody knows that there are fish in the ocean, but did you know that there are about 30,000 different species of fish? Fish can range in size from 12.5 meters long and weighing 41,000 pounds to less than 8 millimeters. Fish can come in any size, shape, and color, and they are found all over the ocean. So now you know a little bit about what lives in the ocean. But why is the ocean significant? What does it do for us? Well, about 40% of people live on or near the ocean. And the ocean absorbs most of the carbon dioxide from our environment and produces more than half of its oxygen. Ocean-based businesses make up about $500 billion of our Earth's economy. Oceans provide us with food, water, medicine, and fun. Oceans are a fun, safe place that are open to exploration. Who doesn't like to dive into the ocean and look at all of the colorful fish swimming around them? This leads us back to the question, why explore the ocean? The information I've given you is just a little bit about our oceans, and I could talk for hours about them. And maybe you aren't that interested in the ocean, or you don't really care that much, but I think we need people who are willing to explore and go out of their comfort zone. So many people dream of becoming an astronaut or want to adventure in the jungle, but we already know a lot about these areas. The ocean is such an important place. We literally could not live without it, and we know so little about it. So I think everybody should want to explore it and uncover its mysteries. Thank you.